I've sat in the rain with you.
I know.
I've sat in the rain with you for an hour, on and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press, because you know what?
Mr.
A country can never be great with a dishonest press.
We traveled all the way to...
Okay, I'll bite. What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here. And no, I wasn't going to carry this story. I wasn't going to cover it simply because, what have we learned? We've learned nothing. Did you know that Donald Trump has a temperament of a 5-year-old and the mentality to match? Did you know that Donald Trump has the vocabulary of a 3rd grader? And so he just repeats things over and over again. And he's a moron, so he only has 2 or 3 ways to get out of trouble. Kind of like how a baby you cover their eyes and they don't understand object permanence, right? It's gone forever. I'm safe. He has the accumulated experience of a baby sloth. Did you know that? I'm sure you did. Is it entertaining, though? Yes, it is. I love entertaining. I do. I really do. But I'm so tired of Trump. But there's nuance. I've got to bring you nuance, YouTube. This is me, this drill sergeant. My job is to give something for the resistance to think about. And what I did was I went back to the first time, 2 years ago, when I saw Kristen Welker take over for Chuck Todd. Remember that guy? Yeah, milquetoast. He would literally shine the boots of anybody for access. Anybody in power, he had no questions that could bother them, no questions that could have you understand their actual thinking or get deeper into the story. And Kristen Welker took over for him, and the left went, thank God, almost. And her first interview was with the orange turd himself. The tangerine tornado blew all over the stage, and she had the most ridiculous questions of all. She was inadequate. Now, Kristen Welker will make her debut appearance this Sunday on Meet the Press. And for the big news, everybody, she got access to Donald Trump. Will she keep that access by doing what Chuck Todd did? Kiss the ass of every single powerful person. Ask softball questions to important people that allows them to get their talking point off without ever actually holding them to account when you get the answer. I wouldn't hold my breath, people, because this is the preview so far.
I spoke to him about these negotiations with the UAW and Big Three. He talked about a grand deal, but we never get into specifics.
That's so interesting. He said he would make a deal between UAW and the big auto manufacturers, and of course, the entire country watching this massive standoff. Look, he is a businessman. He wrote The Art of the Deal. So we know that this is a part of who he is as a politician.
As I was saying, can you imagine actually saying out of your mouth that Donald Trump wrote this when the person who wrote the book for him has already come out and apologized to the world for even being a part of it? Can you imagine having a chance to interview Donald Trump and saying to the people watching that he's a businessman and it's part of his political style? He's a con artist, a 3-cup Monty player, an abuser, a cheater, and a liar. You've been bamboozled. She was inadequate, YouTube. Not this time. Watch this. Let's break it down.
Listen to me.
Let's talk
There's
about Todd
tremendous evidence. There's nothing but evidence. The election was rigged. It was a dirty election. And it's happening again right now in California.
Presented evidence.
It's happening right now in California. Right now it's look at what's happening in California.
To that?
It's
the
4 days.
Republicans are doing well in
California. They're not. They're dropping fast because it's a rigged election. Let me tell you, it's 4 days. And they aren't even close to coming up with it. You know why they're doing that? Because they're cheating on the election.
Do you have evidence to support that?
All I have to do is look. All I have to do is look.
That's not evidence.
And I listen to people, and let's see what happens.
But, sir, that's not evidence.
Do you think it's appropriate?
That's how they count the votes in California.
Do you think it's appropriate that they have an election and 5 days later they're nowhere close to picking a winner.
State and local officials acknowledge they are slow. They're urging.
No, they're crooked.
They're urging the votes to be counted quickly. That's how they vote in California.
They're crooked, just like you're crooked. Your press is crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked.
To be fair, I'm not crooked, but let's
really.
Let's
well,
continue.
You play right into their hands.
Let's continue.
You're either crooked or you're stupid.
Let's continue.
First and foremost, she said, to be honest, that's not me. I'm not corrupt. I don't know what you're talking about. That took guts. I know it's a low bar to defend yourself in front of the president when you're the news media, but she hasn't before. She was doing follow-up questions. She hadn't before. A follow-up question that's not just a repeat of the same thing. She actually fact-checked in real time and didn't wait until afterwards in the editorial.
People like you, the fake, dirty press, the crooked press, people like stupid Biden, he's not smart enough to know what's going on, but people that surrounded him, surrounded his beautiful, resolute desk in the Oval Office, what they did to the lives of people, they destroyed people. They sent people to jail who did nothing wrong.
Right, just to be very clear, there's no evidence of what you're saying, but the billion so-called anti-weaponization fund, it was going to compensate people who say the federal government weaponized the legal system against them. It's been blocked by the courts, met with opposition from Republicans
and Democrats
in Congress and Democrats.
Excuse me, mostly Democrats.
Mostly
some
Democrats and some Republicans.
Some. Very few Republicans.
Just to be very clear, are you backing off the fund completely, as your acting Attorney General Todd Blanche has said, or are you looking for another avenue to revive the fund?
Let me explain what the fund is. People have been hurt so badly by lost everything over a fake weaponization of government.
Looking for a way to revive it?
Well, look, if it was up to me, I'd pay them the kind of money that they deserve. People have been destroyed. But you have to understand, people have been destroyed by crooked politicians, and they should be reimbursed for that.
Do you think anyone who attacked police officers on January 6th should get taxpayer money?
I wouldn't be inclined to say so, but I have to see it. I can tell you this, 97% of those people, you look at them, the FBI or whoever it was, because you had a lot of crooked cops, you had dirty cops. Comey was a dirty cop.
Well,
a guy like Bolton was a dirty cop.
But there's no evidence.
Wait a minute. Oh, you think Comey was a straight
people
cop?
who pleaded guilty to assaulting police officers.
Comey was a dirty cop.
No,
they
but
had
the people
FBI.
who assaulted police
Listen
officers.
to me. They had FBI agents ushering them into the building. They had FBI go into the building. Those people walking around, they're looking, oh, isn't this nice? They weren't in. They were being ushered into the building.
There's no evidence.
You had a bunch of dirty cops, and frankly, what they did was weaponization of our government.
But sir, there's no evidence of that. More than 1,000 people.
No, there's none. You know what you do? Try looking at the tapes one time.
Would you take it off
Look
the
at
table?
the tapes one time.
But 172 people did plead guilty to assaulting police officers.
You know why they pled guilty?
Should they be exempt?
Because they told they were going to jail for 15 years if they didn't.
Should they?
They pled guilty because they were frightened. They went down. They were ushered into a building. Many of them were arrested without even going into the building.
Okay with them receiving taxpayer dollars?
The people were destroyed by dirty cops and by weaponization. Many of those people should be compensated.
She was professional. She was a professional reporter. She not only asked follow-up questions, not only defended herself in front of the president to the point where the little baby child had no responses left.
Right into their hands with this rap. You know that these elections are rigged. Your network knows that they're rigged. You know that I won an election in a landslide, and I got 94% bad press.
But, Mr. President,
you know why I got that? Because you have no credibility.
But you've never presented evidence that it was rigged. Let's keep talking about, I want to talk about Todd Blanche.
You have more evidence. There's more evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk about
your elections in this country. We're like a third world country. Your elections are crooked, and you're crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked, and so is ABC and CBS and CNN.
But Mr. President,
you're one-sided crooked networks. So let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
I've sat in the rain with you.
I know. I
sat in the
traveled
rain
all the
with
way
you
to
for an hour,
Wisconsin.
on and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press, because you know what?
Mr.
A
President,
country can never be great with a dishonest press.
We traveled all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
You're corrupt. They're corrupt. I'm naming place after city, after organization, after newsroom. They're all corrupt. Look at it. Everybody knows. You guys know. Honestly, we don't know. They've never said that before. Have you noticed? How many times has he said that in the Oval Office while berating a black woman or white woman, that's definitely a woman reporter, and said, as you know, we've got the highest, we've got the lowest gas on earth. As you know, we're winning the war. He says that, and nobody says, no, we don't know that. For the first time, I heard someone say, no, actually, we don't know that. You guys know. No, we don't. I think it's easy, but maybe it's not. The last point of this is, for access is why they do it. What we have here, YouTube, is a chance. If Kristen Welker can realize that this goes viral, can realize that this not only makes money for the company, this not only brings up the value of their station, of their newsroom, provides a little legitimacy, and maybe breaks off one or two people who stopped watching like the rest of us to maybe take a second look, that what they gain in that integrity, in those interviews, will lead to the access. They don't have to genuflect. They don't have to bend over and take it. The people will go there because the eyes are there. That's how this was supposed to work. We're not a fascist country yet, just yet. We're not a royal society yet. We don't have a king yet. I think much more important than what the baby did. The tangerine tornado, once again, storming all over the place, stepping on the microphone, giving the same answers and not understanding why you don't understand, because the morons around him all the time go, oh, yes, sir, master, sir, all the time. And he thinks that it's because he's smart or he's invented a new word like groceries. So when somebody who's intelligent says, that doesn't make sense, you don't have the evidence. That's not evidence. You see it. I saw it. I didn't. He has no answer because no one has ever spoken to him directly. The next thing he goes to is, you're stupid. That's all he has. He is a 5-year-old. He's a spoiled brat 5-year-old. My son is far outpacing him in intelligence and emotional intelligence and security. No one has ever said, no, Donald, you're an idiot. That's stupid what you said. No, Donald, you can't hold up this thing that says that the reflection pool is taller than the Eiffel Tower and Sears Tower combined. It's not. Number one, what are you talking about?
And of course, he's still talking about his favorite vanity projects, like the repairs he's been making to the reflecting pool at the Lincoln Memorial. For weeks, remember, he has tried to argue that the length of the reflecting pool is longer than the tallest building in the world, which is not true. So today he came equipped with a poster board in an attempt to at least claim that it's longer than some other really tall buildings. What point he's trying to make, I don't even know. But there is his handy dandy little poster board like he's going to elementary school class. I guess he felt it was a good use of his time there to be throwing that out there.
I just had this done. I'm getting a first glimpse, but that's your size compared to the Empire State Building, World Trade Center, Sears Tower, Chicago. So if you lay it on its side, you take 2 or 3 of them to fill it in, because the width is almost 200 feet wide.
What? Can we see that poster again? Yeah, it's labeled, "Our pool is bigger than skyscrapers." Trump's staff was like, maybe we shouldn't have destroyed the Department of Education. I mean, don't you think? Your pool is bigger than sky.
But anybody who tells him no, he can fire. It was that way since he was a little spoiled orange brat. And now that he's pooping his own pants again, and he's losing his mind, and he has reverted back to the young age, it's twice as bad, because now he's in a position where it can hurt us. God dog it, kudos to you, Kristen Welker, for proving me wrong. A year and a half too late, but it's not too late, maybe. Because if you show your company that this can also get views, this can make you the money that you need, but also provide the service that you were designed for and written into the Constitution to provide, you may find out that you don't have to kiss someone's ass to get the access. Getting access to Trump only gets you 5-year-old answers. People who are going to start coming when they see that maybe you have more eyes on you, and they need those eyes, especially as elections come around in this fucking country every goddamn 10 minutes. Everybody's always looking for a campaign. You may find out that going viral with questions that matter and the platform that you have already built in by the millions of catheter sales that you have on your commercials, you may find out that you can get the same things by having integrity and asking questions like this. That's a good thing, YouTube. That's a good thing. I'm going to give the credit where it's due. Let's see if other news stations can find out or learn from this moment. Let's see if this moment is big enough to do something, to change a number, to change a Nielsen rating in the midst of the downfall of television, and says, you know what, maybe being honest and having integrity is viable, and maybe we can get that out of our mouth. That would be a good thing. I'm not holding my breath, but I'm providing nuance. So I wasn't going to talk about it, but I did. I'll see you guys June 28th through July 4th, 7 days in DC. We're going down there. We're protesting. We want them out. Maybe the news will cover it this time. The time to fight is now, either way. Also, direct action means maybe you need to be throwing some dildos. I didn't say throwing, I'm sorry. Holding, playing. The dildo distribution people. Yeah. You haven't seen them? Go to closertotheedge.com. I'm going to put the link in there that shows you the whole thing that they're doing. It's amazing. But they're using these, and they've got thousands of them now because they realize that they're so effective at warding off these ICE agents at Whipple in Minneapolis. And now around the nation, they're giving these away to people. They're passing them out because that absurdity in the face of this toxic masculinity seems to be the one thing that gets these ICE agents to back off. It actually works. So I want to help them get those donations for the thousands that they've bought. Also, the thousands were donated to them as well. But for the ones that they bought, they need to get that money back, and they need to keep this going because it's working. If nothing else, just to piss off those ICE agents. Email me, politicaldrain@proton.me. politicaldrain@proton.me. You email me, say, I want to donate, and I will give you the instructions on how to do so, because the time to fight is now. Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind, the kind that moves. But here's the thing, none of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're gonna pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads, it's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works.